she's just still really big. She's in the 96th percentile now. She did such a good job, and baby girl was just like totally cooperating. I find myself this pregnancy just like trying to cover up my body whenever I can. These are where all my stretch marks are. They're just like kind of underneath here. I just don't feel like myself. Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome here. My name is Kylene. I am a second-time mama. This is my second pregnancy. I have a son who is 17 months old, and my daughter is due in about 7 weeks. Today I wanted to share with you guys a third trimester update, even though like I'm in the middle of my third trimester. I just feel like a lot has been going on, a lot has been on my mind, and I just feel like chatting with you guys. I feel like I've had so many more symptoms this time around than I did with Rocky. And this video may come off a bit negative, and I just want to say sorry in advance if it is. But the last week I kind of mentally had a negative week. I just feel like venting, to be honest, and I know that I am not alone in these thoughts or feelings. I don't know, I feel like it's helpful to hear, so it's what I'm going to share. I will share positive things too, I promise, but a lot of it is just like aches and pains and symptoms and things that I've been struggling with mentally. So I hope that you guys enjoy. I hope this one doesn't bring you down too much, but this is my real mental state right now in my real life. Also, just wanted to quickly mention, I'm so sorry it's been a bit since I posted, but again, that's kind of why. I just kind of felt like I had ideas, but I didn't have the energy to do them, and I didn't want to force video, and yeah, so we're here, we're gonna move past it, and let's chat. Last week I had my 32-week ultrasound. I actually saw a different ultrasound tech this time, and I got the cutest photos of baby girl. She did such a good job, and baby girl was just like totally cooperating, so I feel like we got some good photos of her, which was super fun. The positives that came out of that ultrasound was my fluid went down a ton. So if this is your first video, I have gestational diabetes, and my fluid levels were high in my uterus, I believe. They're supposed to be anywhere from like 5 to 25. When I first went in at 28 weeks, it was 25.8. At 30 weeks, it was 24.3, I believe. And then this past week at 32 weeks, it was 21.4. So it's gone down quite a bit, which that's the best thing, because that is the biggest risk that they have, or concern they have with gestational diabetes for me, is that if I were to go into labor on my own and my water were to break, it would cause a lot of problems with the baby, because that fluid would then like push my cord out of me, her head would be like covering it, and it would be not a good thing. So that is the only reason that they would induce me. So it's really exciting to see that my numbers are going down. It means what I'm doing is helping my body, and it's helping my baby, so that's awesome. But the thing that is not a big deal, but is just like kind of weighing on me, I don't really know why, is she's just still really big. She's in the 96th percentile now. At 28 weeks, she was in the 95th. And at 32 weeks, she was measuring over 5 pounds, which I know a lot of people have their babies at 5 pounds, and I still had, at this point, 8 weeks left. So that is just like terrifying. Like, I feel like at that rate, I'm gonna have a 10-pound baby. And I don't know, I truly believe that like my body won't grow a baby that I can't physically like deliver, but it just kind of scares me that she's gonna be that big. And in these photos, like I can just tell like she is so plump. I don't know, I just want to make sure she's healthy. Like it scares me that something is gonna make her have issues, or I don't want to deal with like I think it's called like shoulder dystocia or something, where like her shoulders get stuck while I'm birthing her. It just kind of stresses me out when I eat. Like I just feel like I cannot eat right now without feeling like, am I harming my baby? And I feel like that kind of leads me into the next thing. I have never really had any elevated numbers with my pregnancy with my son. I think I had maybe like 1 or 2. And last week I had 3 that were elevated. I mean, they were like 2 points over, 4 points over. I think the most was like 9 points over. So it's not like they're like crazy elevated, but I didn't really deal with this like that often. And so I started getting stressed that, again, I wasn't doing anything right, and that I was gonna have to go on insulin. And I just feel like I have more of appreciation, or like sympathy and empathy, for someone who can't regulate their blood sugars on their own, because it is so consuming, and it just makes you feel like you're so alone because you don't know what you're doing that maybe set it off. Like I literally could eat the same thing I had the night before and it would increase it. But I don't know, I also feel like I was kind of getting a little bit lax with everything because this is my second time doing it, and I didn't have high numbers, and so I haven't been walking as much, I haven't been drinking as much water, my snacks were not as like healthy. And then the last thing too, which this may be gross, but I'm gonna share it anyways, but I was reusing my needles for like the entire day because I just don't want to keep buying them. Like it's just, I don't know, it's just another expense, another trip, another errand. And so I actually got a high reading yesterday, and then I took that needle out and got a new one and tried my other hand, and it dropped 40 points within like 15 minutes, which is insane. So I don't know if that was affecting it too. I'm not doing that anymore. This morning my fasted number was exactly like the number they want it to be. So I don't know if that helped. I haven't had any high readings today either, but I have been drinking a ton of water, and I did go on a walk this morning. So I'm just trying to get like back into it, but it just feels like so stressful, and like at this point I'm just so exhausted. I'm just like ready to like be done with it, but I still have like 7 weeks left of this routine, and I just need to think of it positively. But because of those like high numbers, it was just making me feel really negative. I hope that like makes sense as what like was going on in my brain, but that's kind of what like made me have like a huge just like negative mindset this past week. The last thing I want to touch on with gestational diabetes is it just makes me feel really like sad and negative about future pregnancies. After this baby, I don't even want to like think about kids again or another kid for like a couple years, but I do want 4 kids still, and I just feel like the next time I'm gonna have to like start doing all this like at 20 weeks to really like keep it under control. And it just feels like such a long time of like so much stress, like worrying if what I'm eating is like affecting my baby. And it just makes me feel negative about my future pregnancies, which I didn't feel that way when I was pregnant with Rocky. So like, I don't know, I just have been getting in my head a ton, and it hasn't been fun. And it's just made me like really start to just like long for my pregnancy days to be over. But I still want to have all the kids that I want to have. And yeah, I don't know if I'm making sense, but that's what my brain has been doing the last week. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is my weight gain. So again, if you don't remember, or if this is new, with Rocky, I gained 30 pounds. At 28 weeks, I had already gained 25 pounds. And so I gained the most of my weight during my second trimester. I think I gained like 5 to 7 pounds the first, and then like 20 the second, and then like 5 the last. And so this time around at 28 weeks, I had gained 28 pounds already. And now at 32 weeks, I've gained 30 in total. So I'm already like at that point that I had gained with Rocky, which again messes with my mind because I'm like, okay, that's all I did with that one. Like, why am I gaining more this time? Like, I don't know. I think I'm gonna end up gaining around 35 pounds, which is still in the healthy like range for my like pre-pregnancy size, but I've struggled with that a ton more this time as well. With Rocky's pregnancy, I was very confident. I would say I was actually the most confident that I've ever been in my entire life, because my belly was there because there was a baby in it, and I like was in bikinis all summer long with him, and I just was so confident. And like, I find myself this pregnancy just like trying to cover up my body whenever I can. Like, I don't want to like really get dressed or ready because I don't really feel like I look cute in any of my outfits, and it's just been like so negative, and it makes me so sad because I was so stoked to be pregnant again because I felt like I was going to be like super confident again, and it just has not been the case. It's funny because people I feel like normally experience that the first time around, and then the second time around they're more confident, but for me it's like been reversed. Also, I don't know why I'm so like stressed about a number that I'm consuming, because I can and will lose whatever I want to lose afterwards. No one even knows like what you gained when you're pregnant. It's not even a big deal, but something about it, like when you're in it, just feels like the biggest deal, and it makes you just like not want to tell people. And any comment that someone makes about your body, you just immediately feel like it's a comment that makes you feel big, and you just don't feel confident. I remember too, towards the end of Rocky's pregnancy, I felt really trapped just like in my body, and I didn't really like feel like it was my body anymore. And that I have felt like so much earlier this time. So yeah, it's just making me like not enjoy my pregnancy as much as I did with my last, and it's making me sad because like I want to enjoy it. I don't want to be negative about it. I'm so thrilled and lucky to be pregnant, but it's just like, I don't know if it's just because I had 2 kids back to back. Like, I've literally either been pregnant or nursing since December 2019. So I don't know if that's the case. I'm hoping this break between the next kid will like make me re-stoked and I'll have more of a similar experience that I did with Rocky's pregnancy. All right, we're just gonna continue on with like the negative thoughts, but the next one is stretch marks, and I will change into a different outfit because I'm in a dress right now so that I can show you guys like a bump date and my stretch marks at the end. But I already have quite a bit underneath my belly button, and with Rocky, I believe I got one on like the side. Sorry if this video is like choppy, but I keep like choking because my mouth is really dry. With Rocky's pregnancy, I got one like on my left hip, and then I got a couple like after he was born, and then they all kind of lightened up and it wasn't a big thing. But with this pregnancy, I have like, I want to say like 4 or 5 already, and they're pretty long and big underneath my stomach. And again, I don't know if it's just because I had 2 pregnancies super close, or my body's just adjusting different, or I haven't drank as much water as I did the last time, or you know, there's so many factors, but I don't mind them. It's all inevitable and it's all part of growing a baby, and I know that they typically lighten up. It just, again, is like super hard to see your body change more than what it changed last time, because you just think what happened last time is what's gonna happen this time. The next one is I have been so irritable, and this was not something I feel like I dealt with Rocky, but I feel like I've just been so rude, especially to Nathaniel. Like, that poor guy, I'm so glad he still loves me, and I hope that he still wants more kids because of how negative I've been this pregnancy. But I just have been so short-tempered. Like, the smallest things have been making me so irritable. I cannot stand his chewing right now. It is so bad to me. I literally turn on music or the TV because I just like can't stand it. I just don't feel like myself. My thoughts are more negative than they are positive, and I'm normally a very positive person. Yeah, I don't feel like myself. I don't know how else to describe it than I just feel like mean, and I don't feel like Kylene. That actually rhymed. I'm excited for my hormones to just like kind of regulate a little bit. I know that even though after I plan to nurse, they're still not going to be like perfect for a while, but I feel like they'll be better, hopefully. Okay, I'm gonna spitfire some more negative things because holy crap, I just feel like you guys are probably gonna like feel drained after this video, so I'm really sorry. But some other symptoms I've been experiencing is low energy, to the point where like some parts too I feel super dizzy, and then it also makes me feel lazy because I don't feel like I have the energy to do really anything that I want to do. I also have not been sleeping great. I definitely get up at least once at night to pee, but I also just feel like I'm constantly like tossing and turning. I have very vivid dreams that wake me up. My ribs like hurt while I'm sleeping. My back hurts while I'm sleeping. I get congested at night. And then also with sleep, when I do wake up to go pee, I have the hardest time falling back asleep. It takes me like at least 30 minutes. So that makes it feel like I didn't sleep as much because I was up a lot at night. And then I also still just get crazy Braxton Hicks contractions like all day long. That is something I had with Rocky's pregnancy, but I did start getting them earlier with this pregnancy. I currently can feel baby girl hiccuping. My stomach is like on my legs, and I can feel it like hitting my leg. That's so funny. But let's move on to the positive things, because that is one thing. She moves all day long, and it's so crazy. Sometimes it's uncomfortable because it's just like weird, but it's also one of my favorite parts of pregnancy. Rocky never moved unless I was like sitting down, and he typically moved at night, but this girl will like totally toss and turn like if I'm like walking around. It's like the weirdest thing. I went for my sister's birthday last week to get gelato with my family, and my brother was talking to me, and all of a sudden she just like went like that, and like I was just like, oh, like, and he's like, what? Like he thought I like spit on him or something. I'm like, no, the baby is just like moving crazy. So she moves like all day long. Another fun thing is that Rocky now says baby, and he'll point to my stomach and be like, baby, and then like if he sees like the ultrasound, he'll say baby, and if he sees babies out and around, he'll say baby, and I just can tell he's like starting to really get into it, and so that just makes me even more excited to see him like with her. He also loves like when Nathaniel gets in the crib with him, and I can't wait for him to like want baby girl to be in the crib with him. And yeah, it's just, I feel like he's getting so big that I feel like could potentially kind of understand a little bit more now, and I don't know, I just feel like he's getting a little excited to have a baby, and it makes me more excited. I also am just like really excited for the newborn stage. I feel like with Rocky, I was like terrified. I remember the night would roll around, and Nathaniel and I got like such bad anxiety. Like we just wanted it to be daytime all day long. And this time, like, I'm not even stressed about it at all. I know how hard it is, but I also know that I have help. Like Nathaniel was so incredibly helpful with Rocky, And I mean that more so in like right now pregnancy, it's like all on me, but like once she's here, like it's like 50-50. So I'm really excited for that part. I also am excited to just like take it in a little bit more and try not to rush it. Nathaniel's gonna get a lot more time off this time. With Rocky, he only took a week, and so I'm excited to like kind of fully recover by the time he goes back to work and just spend the time together as a family of 4. We are so stoked for like this next stage of life. I feel like to have a boy and a girl and just like have 2 kids close in age, we're just really excited to like pour into that for a couple years and like me not be pregnant. I don't know, just enjoy the family we've created so far, and it just makes me so excited to like think about our family. Another thing I'm excited for is our nursing journey, which I honestly didn't think I was gonna say for a while, or maybe even at all for this pregnancy. And that is because Rocky's journey with me in nursing was super hard and it was very demanding. And I was 13 weeks pregnant and Rocky was 13 months old when I stopped nursing. So at that time I was like, oh my gosh, I'm already pregnant. Like I'm gonna be nursing a baby again in like 6 months. Like it was just such a like negative thought to me. And I feel like enough time has passed. I understand like all of the joys that came from nursing and all the benefits. Not to say that one is better than the other. I don't ever want to come off that way, but like I actually feel more excited. Whereas I felt like there was times where I was like, okay, well, maybe if I only do it for like a few months, or like, whereas with Rocky's pregnancy, I was like, I'm doing it for a year, like no matter what. And it was making me kind of sad because I didn't really have that mindset with her, but I want to give her what I gave Rocky, and I feel like more excited to do that now, if that makes sense. Another positive is we literally have like everything that we need for her and more, and I just feel like so like lucky to have like the family and friend support that we do, but also like your guys' support. I know this sounds cheesy. My pregnancy with Rocky versus my pregnancy with her has been different, like social media wise, and I've had so many more people join along since I was pregnant with Rocky, and I've gotten the opportunity to work with so many amazing companies, and I've gotten a lot of really amazing things sent to me, and it's just been like a crazy different experience. Like I'm so freaking lucky. And yeah, I just want to say thank you guys, because you guys are the reason why I am lucky to do this and to experience this. But it just has made my preparation for her feel less stressful. Like I felt like with Rocky, I was like, oh my gosh, we don't have anything, like we need to get so many things. This time I think we've bought like maybe 2 or 3 things for her, which has been nuts. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about was a trip we have booked. So we actually haven't booked our baby moon. I don't even know if we'll go on it. I feel like prices were just like too high and I just couldn't. And then we also switched our trip for June. We were supposed to go to Hawaii, but everything is just like too crazy. So we're going to California, and my grandparents got us a beach house, and it's like seriously so freaking nice. My whole family's going. If you guys don't know, I'm one of 7. So it's just gonna be like so much fun. And it's crazy because I'm like picturing this trip and baby girl will be like 2 months old, which is so weird because I can't even picture her. But I'm just excited for our family to all like get together and do that, and I just feel like there's a lot of really exciting things to look forward to. So let me show you guys my belly really quick. Let me show you my stretch marks, just everything that's going on. Okay, I don't really know what's the best way to film this, but I just wanted to show you guys what my belly looks like, and I want to show you those stretch marks and just, yeah, show my body. This is me pregnant at 33 weeks, baby number 2. She's still pretty high. With Rocky, he was very low, so I feel like she's still up here. And then also, I don't know if you guys can tell in this lighting, but I have so many veins like all over my stomach. And then here, I feel like I'm like leaning weird. These are where all my stretch marks are. They're just like kind of underneath here, which I typically wear like high-waisted things, so it would be covered anyways. But yeah, I didn't get any with Rocky there until after I had him, and it was like a couple, and they were very faint, and then they went away really quick. But yeah, this is baby girl. All right, you guys, that is it for today's video. Again, I'm sorry if it was negative, but just trying to be honest. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.